Welcome to Dodgers Daily Down on the Farm. So glad you decided to tune in and check out the prospect action in the Dodgers system. This would be kind of partly from Saturday and Sunday, as we always do. We're going to start in AAA Oklahoma City, and not going to lie, we're going to spend most of our time with the Ontario Tower Buzzers. The Stars came out to shine on Sunday for Ontario, so stay tuned. We have a lot of great Tower Buzzer action to cover here in just a minute. Hey, that's Zach Earhart right there, my boy from Oklahoma State. Hey, I wanted to start out here, though. Carlos Duran. This dude is on a heater. And by the way, I think I saw a 99 on the velo gun. I don't have that confirmed. I have 98 confirmed, but again, I think I saw 99. So Carlos Duran up to almost 100 miles an hour. 2 innings pitched on Sunday, no hits, no runs, 2 strikeouts, and no walks. First win of the year, but that's no big deal because he's in relief. So how about this for being on a heater for Carlos Duran? Last 9 outings, he's given up just 1 run total, 1 run in his last 9 outings. That's 12 innings. And I know 12 innings, it's like, okay, well, that's not a very big sample size. But when you're a reliever, I mean, that's like a month long because you don't have that many outings, right? So fastball again, upper 90s, almost positive I saw a 99. I'm just telling you, keep your eyes wide open for Carlos Duran because if you remember the day he was in the Dodgers system forever, he was a big prospect, had the Tommy John, got traded for Asturi Ruiz, decided to come back to the Dodgers, and I can tell you when the Dodgers bring guys back, like they did Duran, that tells you what they think of him. That tells you what they think they can do with that young man. And so definitely keep your eyes out for Carlos Duran. He is really kicking it into gear. Be excited to see how he's able to hold that, continue to throw the velo like he has, incorporate the big slider that he's always had, and moving forward. Hey, if you didn't know exactly where Nick Frasso was at, he hasn't gone anywhere. Again, he was DFA'd last year. He was on the 40-man, so he's no longer on the 40-man. He's now on a minor league contract again. And he just simply has not pitched very well this year. No doubt about it. His outing before this one, I think it was on Friday. He had a couple of wild pitches, so I'm not here to try to tell you that's a nice pitch, that little cutter. Not here to tell you that Nick Frasso is on a heater or that he's even throwing that well right now. But I am going to say he did throw well on Sunday. That fastball was really good. It was about 96. And then also, he threw a really nice changeup. Matter of fact, Nick Frasso touched 96.8. That one right there is a 96.8er. And then here's the deal for him. That fastball up in the zone. Very nice. 13 strikes, 18 pitches. So he was throwing strikes. That's the thing about him that he has not been able to do consistently is get the ball in the strike zone. So, hey, we'll just keep an eye out on him. I'm not here to tell you that he's been pitching very well this year. More so just kind of wanted to give you an update on where Nick Frasso was at and at least give you the information that in his last outing, he did look very good. And then this is a young man named Chase McDermott. Chase McDermott has actually thrown in the major leagues. Sorry about that right there. That I had that going on my encoder system there just for a second. McDermott's a young man who has major league experience. Look at that ride and run. That's Emmett Sheehan type stuff there. That is a big time pitch, which is why he struck out the side. We'll get into his strikeout numbers here in a minute. But again, major league experience over the last 3 years with Baltimore. Last month he got DFA'd. Boy, and that's a nice slider. So you're seeing that ride and run fastball combined with that nice left turn of that slider. That's a really nice 1-2 combo. That's a good pitch right there. Chase McDermott got DFA'd, and once you get DFA'd, the team that DFA's you has a week to find a trade partner, so they have 7 days to trade you. The Dodgers traded for Chase McDermott for Axel Perez. Great trade again for the Dodgers. Tremendous quad A depth. Chase McDermott is explosive. Fastball is 96, but it's not the velo. You saw the movement. Look at the ride. Look at the run. Look how it compares to that slider. So 96er on the fastball. And Chase McDermott, there, look at that nice slider. I mean, he added depth there. Has given up just 1 run in his last 9 innings. or 9 outings. That spans 10 innings. See that right there? That's at about a 96, 97, but it's more so the movement combined that makes it so tough to hit. So 1 run in his last 9 outings. That spans 10 innings. And in those 10 innings, he has 16 strikeouts. 16 strikeouts. Try that one on for size. That's really, really, really nice for Chase McDermott. So I wanted to get you introduced to him and get on about our way about getting him in the system, getting you familiar with him, because I do think he's a guy that the Dodgers will consider to bring up. Maybe, another DFA guy if they need it's kind of a spot star, or not a spot star, but some spot performances here or there. So again, explosive stuff, lots of strikeouts for Chase McDermott. Good to see him. Wanted to get you introduced to him. Okay, Josue DePaula, he had that period where he didn't, for him at least, he wasn't perfect, right? Well, he is right back on track. He had 2 more hits on Sunday. This is from Saturday. 4 multi-hit games in a row. Now he has 10 for his last 17 with 7 RBIs. And so it's going to be, it was a great week for Josue DePaula in Wichita. He continued that. The Drillers actually played at home on Monday night against who did they play? I'm not exactly sure they played, actually, so don't quote me on that. But they came home on Memorial Day, because they played since it's Memorial Day, they played on Monday instead of having Monday off, and he had 2 more hits there. So the average again for Josue DePaula is up over 300 again. OPS is right around 900. WRC plus is approaching 150. So Josue DePaula is back on track, looking good for the AA Tulsa Drillers. He is making that transition to AA look way too easy. And hey, welcome back. If you've also been wondering where Peter Hubeck has been, welcome back, Peter Hubeck. Peter Hubeck, both him and Antonio Knowles, they've both been struggling with shoulder injuries. So Peter Hubeck is back, and he made his first appearance of the year. Well, first affiliated appearance. He actually made 1 appearance at the complex. His first affiliated appearance on Sunday, and he at Wichita went 2 innings and 2 hits, 1 run, 3 strikeouts, and 2 walks. Remember, Pete Hubeck really had kind of taken a next level turn last year. So he has that big spiked curveball, and then the slider and the nice fastball that's reaching, I'd say upper 90s, if you will. So Peter Hubeck had a really, really nice outing but welcome back, if you will, for AA Tulsa on his way back from his shoulder injury. So now let's go ahead and get into the Great Lakes actually was postponed. So let's get into our talk about the Ontario Tower Buzzers. And like I said, hey, the Stars came out to shine on Sunday. Let's start with Kellen Lindsey. Kellen Lindsey, how about this? 5 hits. Kellen Lindsey had 5 hits. He went 5 for 6. He had a couple of ribeyes, and he scored 4 times. For a leadoff hitter, that will work, no doubt about it. So what you're getting ready to see here in a minute, if I can get this ball to quit rattling off the left field wall here, you're going to see Kellen Lindsey actually beat out an infield base hit on an excuse me swing. This one, that's not the right one there. Let's actually get to the excuse me swing. Not exactly sure. Well, that's not it either. So give me just a second here, and maybe it's this one right there. See that? Excuse me swing. This is a 4.2 to first base. Now, I've timed Kenny George at 3.55. He's typically 3.7. So obviously Kenny George is in a league of his own. But a 4.2 for a right-hander, that's at the that's probably not quite elite. But what I want to show you is, or point out is, it was a check swing. It was an excuse me type swing. And so he had almost no momentum. So let's fast forward this again. He had almost no momentum heading towards first base. So it took him a while to get started. It took him a while to gather his momentum, which obviously killed it. See how long it takes him to get going. So on a hit to where he just hits the ball, he knows he hits it, and he takes off as soon as he hits it. I'm here to tell you right now, I think Kellen Lindsey can break sub 4 from the right side. That is incredible speed for Kellen Lindsey. That is super exciting. And he had 5 hits. He's back. He's healthy. That's exciting too. So very exciting on the front of Kellen Lindsey and the type of baseball that he is playing. And another young man that is super impressive, Kapow. Chase Harlan, young man who was, we're going back to back here, of course, in 2024. Kellen Lindsey was the number 1 pick. Chase Harlan was the number 2 pick. First multi-homer day of the affiliated career of Chase Harlan. Now, he does have one other multi-home run day at the complex, but in terms of an affiliate, first multi-home run game of his career, and I'm telling you, they were bombs. Chase Harlan had, just a great day. And the thing I like about him is that, no doubt, see, he's hunting inside right there. He's hunting pull side power. He can hunt pull side power, no doubt. But when he gets into unpredictable counts, see that right there? I kind of went to right center. That's what I like about Chase Harlan, is that when he's not in huntable counts, meaning he can't just hunt something on the inner half and hunt something that he can go pull side with. What I really like about, then look at this defense here. Nice defense, Chase Harlan. Double play at a baby. Right there, that nice throw on the run. Big time play, young man. Chase Harlan there. What I like about him is when he's not hunting pull side power, when he's in more of a neutral count, where he can't hunt a certain pitch in a certain location, he does a tremendous job of staying inside the ball and using the big part of the field, and specifically really even the opposite field. So he has the pull side power, no doubt about it. He has the ability to stay inside the ball and be great hitterish as well. And then you also saw the great defense just a minute ago. So absolutely not anything not to really be excited about for Chase Harlan. And also another very exciting prospect, Ching-Shin Ko. If you didn't see his home run the other day, it was pretty massive. On Sunday, Ko, I love that swing, just nice and compact. Take your hits. Take your hits, take your walks. Let that be the bridge between all the home runs and the strikeouts. The more hits you gather, the more an organization can put up with strikeouts, and the more aggressive you can be. And in the end, you hit more home runs as well. So in a weird way, the more that you dedicate yourself to gathering hits, the more opportunities you actually give yourself to hit home runs. Ching-Shin Ko, 2 for 3 on Sunday, 3 RBIs. He also drew a walk, and he scored a run. Ko has hits in 4 games in a row. He has hits in 6 of his last 7 games, and he's hitting .272 with an OPS of 974. Okay, so sticking with super exciting prospects and sticking with the Ontario Tower Buzzers, I love this young man. MiLB Martinez is so talented. Look at that country strong power, man. No doubt this young man, MiLB Martinez, has a tremendous amount of power, okay? But then also the way that he plays, he kind of has that Pete Rose hustle to him. I mean, he is hustle mode all the time. You're going to see it right here. Watch this. He hits this ball, breaks his bat. Now you're thinking, okay, single. Left fielder's thinking single. It's kind of lobs it back in. Not when MiLB Martinez is running. He hustled straight out of the box. He hustled all the way to second base, made a great slide at second base. I love the hustle. I love the strength and the power that he has to bring with him. I love the energy he plays with. And just all of just the athletic ability. See how fast he is and how much he hustles. So the athletic ability, the energy, the competitive level that he plays with, the country strong ability that he has to impact a baseball. I love the tools of MiLB Martinez. So the whole idea for Martinez is, okay, well, can he take all those tools, kind of like Jaron Elkins? Can he take all those tools and can he turn them into results every day on the field? That's the minor league process for him. That's what we have to continue to monitor. But trust me, as far as just pure raw tools, there are very few prospects in the game that have more of them than MiLB Martinez. And here's a young man, Kapow, home run number 10 for Easton Shelton. And also, hey, Yeah, as you can see, this ball, I don't know where it went, but it's not on earth anymore. That's how far Easton Shelton hit that ball. And when he gets a hold of a ball, it stays hit, no doubt about that. Okay, but here's the deal with Shelton. He has been smoking hot. This is a young man that, another undrafted free agent. I mean, the Dodgers find these guys, and I love it. Hey, if you're good, the Dodgers will find you. Average for Easton Shelton, all the way up to 267. His OPS is 884, and now he has a 14-game hit streak, so it's not just about the league-leading 10 home runs. He also has a 14-game hit streak, and in that streak, he's 22 for 56. He's hitting .392 in his last 14 games. Easton Shelton in those last 14 games has 3 doubles, 6 home runs, and 19 RBIs. Wow. Easton Shelton is absolutely clobbering the baseball. It's super exciting to see. Again, league leading 10 home runs for Easton Shelton. So, attaboy, young man. Very impressive. And another young man that was very, very, very impressive. That is 98 for Cam Leiter. And then watch that breaking ball, that curveball there. I don't have his mix confirmed, but what I saw was 98 on a sinker. This is Dustin May type stuff, okay? His sinker is Dustin May type stuff. That I think he's going to reach 100 with it, and it's going to have all of that horizontal movement that Dustin May had. Then you have the big, big curveball. Then you have the bridge in between that with the slider, okay? There is that ride and run fastball, okay? That has a lot of arm side run to it. I'm telling you, this guy is Dustin May all over again. In terms of stuff plus, that high fastball is absolutely ridiculous. He drops bombs with his breaking ball. I'm just telling you, he changed shapes of it. He changes shapes of it, and it's very, very impressive. Matter of fact, actually, let's go back to the start. Here is the first pitch. Nice fastball. Watch this second pitch right here. Watch this breaking ball. Whoop! Man, that is a really, really nice pitch. How about that? He loves buzzing the tower, if you will, of right-handers. That's a nice pitch there, too. So I'm going with sinker, cutter, slider, curveball, velo in the 98 range, okay? How about that for stuff plus for Cam Leiter? How about that for being super, super, super impressive? Also, Carson Hobbs has looked really good as of late. Didn't cover him today because we've covered him several different times. Evan Shaw also had a good outing as well. So, hey, that's going to do it for today's Dodgers Daily Down on the Farm. I want to thank you for tuning in. I'm so glad that people love watching all the prospect action in the system. And as always, one last reminder, it's a great day to be a Dodger.